Welcome to the final battle of week number 3, season 2 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League. This battle is going to be pitting Noob Scrub's team, which is patch 3.0 Ivysaurs, versus Zquig's team, which is I Like Corsola. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon available in this battle is Mega Scizor on Zquig's team. Noob Scrub did not bring his his Mega Pokemon, but he also did not bring his Z Pokemon because the only Z Pokemon available in this battle is going to be Gothitelle with Z any privilege. I think this battle will be an interesting one, as it usually is when it comes to Zquig's team, due to the fact that team building and playing around Gothitelle is very, very difficult. Gothitelle does have the ability to trap and kill things, or boost on things, or just enfeeble things to the point of uselessness. Combined with the Z Crystal ability, Gothitelle will be very interesting to see in this matchup, especially versus Pokemon like Blissey, which could be very vital to the core of Noob Scrub's team. So that'll be an interesting one. I think Gothitelle will be definitely one of the Pokemon to watch for. Otherwise, there is Scizor that hits very hard on the physical side. Noob Scrub does have a lot of physical walls though, so I think Scizor actually might not be that useful in this matchup, but we definitely will see. Rotom can be very, very useful depending on what it carries. Trick and Pain Split can be very good versus Blissey, for example, which would otherwise wall it. And overall, there seems to be some bulky Pokemon on both sides. On Noob Scrub's team, we have Turtonator back, looking to maybe Shell Smash, go for a sweep. Hippowdon setting up Sand. Mandibuzz, Celesteela, Blissey, and Quagsire all acting like walls. So this is more of a stally team for Noob Scrub. He's been mixing stally and bulky offense, so it'll be really interesting to see how he goes about with that. And yeah, so I think without any further ado, we could begin. I'm thinking we might see a Hippowdon lead from Noob Scrub setting up Stealth Rock. In terms of Zquigs, it's possible that we'll see a Corsola lead doing exactly that as well. Or a Whimsicott lead, maybe, or Rotom. There's a lot of good leads. Maybe they could go for a Switcheroo or Trick, respectively, or U-Turn or Volt Switch out, respectively. Really curious to see how Turtonator is used. I'm a big fan of Turtonator. Alright, and it looks like it's Hippowdon versus Corsola, the two Stealth Rock setters. Hippowdon will be able to set up Stealth Rock pretty comfortably. Corsola can use Scald versus Hippowdon, but because of Hippowdon's bulk, it won't. Ooh, and actually the Magic Coat is going to reflect back Stealth Rocks from Hippowdon. Corsola was able to reflect them back, but Hippowdon still does have the chance to set up Stealth Rock once again. Corsola having Magic Coat will allow it to be a little anti-stall, in that if something uses Toxic, for example, versus Corsola, it will be able to bounce that Toxic right back. Whimsicringe, the Whimsicott comes out, and Stealth Rock are now up on both sides of the field. Hippowdon probably not going to want to stay in for a Giga Drain or Energy Ball. And in comes Celesteela. A U-turn is going to allow Whimsicringe to switch out into a different Pokemon. Quite possibly Rotom Heat is the one we'll see. And it looks like Whimsicringe has leftovers attached. Actually, Gothepic is the one we see come out. Does this Gothitelle have Thunderbolt? That is the big question. Celesteela is going to have to stick around to find out, unless it's holding a Shed Shell, but it looks like it's not. Ooh, and it looks like Gothitelle goes for the trick, actually. Celesteela is going to go for Leech Seed, and that's going to harm Gothitelle's longevity. Celesteela is just going to continue with that Leech Seed, and Gothitelle is going to Calm Mind up. This is a very scary scenario for Noob Scrub, as Noob Scrub sits there unable to do anything but Leech Seed. However, Quagsire does have Unaware, which will make all of Gothitelle's boosts absolutely useless versus it. So the only way Gothitelle will easily be able to take down Quagsire is if it has Energy Ball. Celesteela is still going to go for that Leech Seed because it has Trick, but Gothitepic is still boosting. Those Calm Mind boosts really racking up right now. And a Thunderbolt's going to hit very hard, bringing Celesteela down. Leech Seed still not going to work, and the last Thunderbolt is going to take down Celesteela. Gothitepic is now all set up and ready to go, but will Quagsire be able to take it down? And indeed, we see Quagsire come out. The big question now is, does Gothitepic have Energy Ball? If it does, it's bad news for Noob Scrub. It does not have Energy Ball, it has Psyshock, so that is not going to do a lot of damage, and Gothitepic goes down. Score is now 5-5, but Gothitelle is out of the way, which is good for Noob Scrub. And Gliscringe is going to come in. If Quagsire goes for the Scald and burns it, that could actually hamper the ability for it to use Poison Heal, so this would actually be a good time for Quagsire to go for the Scald. I'm wondering what Gliscringe is going to try to do here. Maybe set up... Oh, yeah, set up Swords Dance. And Scald hits, but it does not burn, so the Toxic Poison is successful. However, Gliscor is going to have trouble against Quagsire due to the fact it has Unaware. Quagsire is very, very comfortable in this situation. Depending on the other attacks, Mandibuzz could actually be pretty comfortable as well. If Gliscor has no other attack, Earthquake will not hit Mandibuzz. Scald is going to do some big damage, but because of that Toxic Recovery, this is going to be a PP stalling battle, it looks like. Gliscringe goes for the Swords Dance once again, and Scald is going to hit. Gliscringe is now fully Swords Danced up. Scald is going to still do big damage. Gliscringe still going for those roosts. We know 3 of Gliscor's moves, but not the last one. And Earthquake is just not going to do big damage because of Quagsire's Unaware. And the final move is Taunt, so Mandibuzz actually now can come in very comfortably without fear because Earthquake is not going to hit it. Because of the effects of Taunt, Quagsire actually cannot recover. But it looks like Quagsire is staying out. Noob Scrub is not going to withdraw. Gliscor goes for the Roost. Quagsire is going to go for the Recover as well. Gliscor not having a very good time here. Despite being fully Swords Danced up, Gliscor will not be able to break through Quagsire easily. It seems like there's some contemplation going on. Will this stalemate continue, or will there be a switch? I believe it's possible that we do see a switch, and indeed we do. Whimsicringe comes out. Whimsicott is going to get hit by Scald, not going to burn. Whimsicringe now comfortable. Will we see another U-turn? It's safe to say that Quagsire does not want to stick around versus Whimsicott. Quagsire looks like it's a very useful Pokemon in this matchup too, being able to wall Scizor and Gliscor and possibly Corsola and Rotom Heat as well, depending on what Rotom Heat packs. And in comes Mandibuzz. Whimsicringe goes for the Energy Ball, but it's not going to do a lot of damage. Mandibuzz does have to be careful for Moonblast, but I think even if Whimsicott does go for Moonblast, it might not be enough to take it down. Whimsicringe actually goes for the U-turn instead. Mandibuzz can definitely take a U-turn. It might want to set up a Toxic or go for a foul play. It looks like Z-Quigs is going to want to switch out to something that could handle Mandibuzz, most likely Rotom Heat. And we have the hard switch into Corsola. Toxic is going to hit Corsola, and Corsola is not able to Magic Coat that Toxic away. Mandibuzz going to go for that Protect to scout out the next move, and it's a Head Smash from Corsola. Mandibuzz goes for the Roost, and this is going to allow Mandibuzz to lose its Flying typing, reducing the damage done by Head Smash. But wow, what a Head Smash that was. This looks like it could be a Choice Band Hustle Corsola based on how much damage that dealt. If Mandibuzz protects one more time, Corsola is down. Rotom Yeet, the Rotom Heat actually comes in, and Mandibuzz is going to try to protect, but it doesn't work. In comes Turtonator. Turtonator is going to absorb that Will-O-Wisp like it's nothing, and now Turtonator is actually free to set up if it desires. Turtonator does have to be careful of Whimsicott. Whimsicott could come in and Encore the Shell Smash, which makes Turtonator unable to do much else after that. And Turtonator is going to indeed Shell Smash. Will a Shell Smash Draco Meteor be able to get through Gliscringe? Very likely that very calculation is what's going on right now. A set-up Turtonator is definitely very scary. But if Gliscringe, I say Gliscringe instead of Gliscringe, if Gliscringe is fully invested in special defense, will it be enough to take on a move from Turtonator? Once again, you might not think that Whimsicott is a threat to Turtonator, but with its priority Encore, it can very much be a threat to Turtonator, making it repeat its Shell Smash or repeat a Draco Meteor if it uses Draco Meteor. If it repeats Draco Meteor versus Whimsicott, Whimsicott is pretty much safe from its attack. decisions being made. Will Turtonator go for the Draco Meteor and try to take down Gliscringe, or will it switch to safety? Mandibuzz pretty much walls Gliscor, not being hit by Earthquake. Gliscor is in an advantage position if it could pull off an Earthquake and survive the Draco Meteor. And Turtonator actually goes for the Flamethrower and not the Draco Meteor. It's still enough to take down Gliscor. Turtonator's in a really good position now. Even with Whimsicott using Encore, it will not be enough to deter this Turtonator. And Rotom Yeet, the Rotom Heat comes out, but it is weakened already and by Stealth Rock, so it is in danger of this Turtonator. Rotom actually goes for the Volt Switch, so it is likely Choice Scarfed due to that speed. Rotom Heat is going to switch out, most likely to Whimsicott to anticipate that Dragon-type move. The big question now is, will a Scizor Bullet Punch be enough to take down Turtonator? Whimsicott does come in, and Dragon Pulse is the move that's used. Whimsicott is going to be immune to that, and now Whimsicott does have the ability to go for the Encore. Very good bait by Zquigs to get the Dragon move to come out, and indeed Encore is the move that's used. Whimsicringe is safe from that Dragon Pulse now. If Whimsicringe has Moonblast, it can be enough to take down Turtonator. If it doesn't, even an Energy Ball... Oh, actually, the U-turn is the move that's used. So Turtonator is still safe at this moment, but Resor the Scizor is going to come out. Will it be able to take a Dragon Pulse? I do believe it is bulky enough to take a Dragon Pulse from Turtonator. Is a Bullet Punch enough to take down Turtonator is the big question. And a Dragon Pulse is going to do big damage, 46%, but the Bug Bite is going to take down Turtonator. The score is now 4-4. In comes Quagsire. And Resor is going to go for the Roost. Quagsire goes for the Scald. Will it burn? It does not burn. Bullet Punch not doing a lot of damage, only 11%, and Quagsire still fishing for burns from the Scald, but it's not going to be successful. It's possible we could see Whimsicott come switch in to scare off Quagsire. Whimsicott, with its disruptions from Encore and its great typing, actually seems to be a very good Pokemon in this matchup for Zquigs. Resor is going to have to decide if it wants to stay in and try to chip away at Quagsire, or if Whimsicott will switch in and take one of those Scalds. Bug Bite is used, it does 35%. Resor is going to get hit by a Scald again. No burn. Both parties are going to use this turn to recover. And Resor goes for the Swords Dance. Quagsire is just going to go for another Scald, and finally it burns. Resor boosts up, but Quagsire does not mind that due to the fact that it has Unaware. It looks like Resor is going to try to stall out Quagsire, but it will be a very difficult task considering Quagsire still does have access to Earthquake, and Resor is using up its roosts pretty quickly. In fact, it has less roosts than Quagsire has recovers. Resor getting hurt by the burn and the Earthquake. The 3 times attack that Resor has from the Swords Dance is not factored in, but the burn having the attack stat is factored in versus Quagsire with Unaware. Quagsire is using up those Earthquakes, decides to switch to Scald instead. And Sizzler's going to go for some more roosting. This does look like it's a losing battle for Sizzler though, because of Unaware. Resor is definitely using up its roosts at a very fast pace. Quagsire very comfortable right now because of that burn and Unaware. Quagsire switching it up from Scald and Earthquake so that Rotom Heat isn't too comfortable coming in. Quagsire is still being chipped away at by Resor the Sizzler, but Resor is using up its resources pretty quickly. Quagsire is just sitting very comfortably right now. Resor only has 6 roosts left. It looks like Z-Quigs might be trying to stall out the moves on Quagsire, Earthquake, and Scald. Quagsire still chipping away at Resor. Both at full health again. There's now only 4 roosts left to 10 recovers from Quagsire. Quagsire using up its last Scald. Rotom Heat is now completely comfortable versus Quagsire, unless Quagsire has one more attack to deal with it because of Levitate. Quagsire going for that Earthquake. And it looks like Quagsire's last move is revealed. This time it's Toxic. Resor has 2 more roosts left. Quagsire is still sitting pretty comfortably though. Even with that max attack, Resor is going to have a hard time breaking through Hippowdon and Mandibuzz if it manages to take down Quagsire. Quagsire using Toxic, even though it doesn't affect Scizor, just so that the recover PP is not used up. And there's still 3 Earthquakes left. That is one more Roost until Rezor has run out of Roost PP. And it looks like Rezor is going to have to use it pretty soon. Earthquake taking Rezor down to 4% on top of Burn. Rezor has no choice to use its last Roost. And that Earthquake, also a critical hit. That's the last Earthquake we see. Rezor is down to burn damage from this Quagsire now. Rezor did manage to successfully take away all of Quagsire's attacking move, but Quagsire is still able to function as a wall, and Rezor is now unsafe to switch in because of the Stealth Rock and its percentage being 12. It's just a matter of time until Rezor goes down to the final burn damage, trying to chip away at Quagsire's HP, but Quagsire is sitting comfortably at 100%, and down goes Rezor. Whimsicott's going to come in now, poised to scare Quagsire away with the threat of a grass move. Quagsire gets encored, and it's just going to recover. In comes Blissey. And Defog gets rid of Stealth Rock on both sides of the field. Both Stealth Rockers are still alive, Hippowdon and Corsola. Well, I don't know if Corsola actually has Stealth Rock, because it used Magic Coat. Whimsicringe tries to Encore, but it doesn't work because Blissey did not use a move yet, but Toxic is successful on Blissey. Whimsicringe going for that Energy Ball, but now Blissey is at the advantage, being able to soak up special defense, special attacks like nothing. Whimsicringe going to U-turn out into Rotom Yeet. Rotom Yeet getting hit hard by Seismic Toss though. If it has Pain Split, this is good for Rotom Yeet because Blissey's HP will give it a full recovery while damaging Blissey at the same time. Blissey's going to scout out the move, and it's actually Trick. Will Blissey stay in, knowing that it could get tricked, or will we see a switch out into a different Pokemon instead? It's likely we'll see Quagsire get tricked because Quagsire's role is pretty much done at this point. Or maybe not, actually. Blissey might not care about being tricked into Seismic Toss. No, it's Quagsire that we do see come out, lured out by the trick. Whimsicringe is going to come in instead. Mandibuzz is now the one to come in, taking that Energy Ball with ease. Mandibuzz is now free to roost if it so desires. And U-turn is going to allow Whimsicringe to safely switch out. It's likely we could see Corsola come in. The Head Smash did a lot of damage to Mandibuzz, but Corsola also damaged itself quite a bit. Rotom Yeet is actually the one to come in. A strong Volt Switch will be able to threaten it. Volt Switch does do some big damage, but Mandibuzz actually decides to stay out. And in comes Corsola. It is on the receiving end of a foul play, and down goes Corsola. Rotom Yeet is back. Probably going to go for another Volt Switch. Mandibuzz uses Protect to scout out the move, and it is indeed Volt Switch, allowing Noob Scrub to safely switch into Blissey or Quagsire. Quagsire is the switch in, and Rotom Yeet is going to try to Volt Switch. Whimsicott comes in. Toxic is not successful because Whimsicott's already toxicked. And Blissey's going to be the one to come out, and Encore is not going to work because Blissey did not use a move. Blissey is now free to Seismic Toss all it wants, and Whimsicringe goes back with a U-turn. Rotom Yeet comes out, receiving that Seismic Toss, and down it goes. Whimsicott is the last Pokemon standing on Z-Quake's team. It's going to have to try really hard to get rid of Blissey, but with its Gargantuan special defense, it's going to be very tough for Blissey. Sorry, for Whimsicott, I mean. And Blissey's going to go for the Seismic Toss with poison damage. It brings down Whimsicott to KO range with Seismic Toss plus poison. And indeed, we see Whimsicott goes down to the poison, and that is a 4-0 victory for Patch 3.0 Ivysaurs, which is Noob Scrub's team, over Z-Quake's team, which is the team I Like Corsola. Very good match, really intense, really drawn out. I think we saw this coming with all the bulky Pokemon, especially with Z-Quake's tactics in this battle. I think Quagsire was definitely the MVP of this fight, having Unaware, being able to wall Gliscor, Scizor, and Gothitel's setup attempts with their boosting moves. Quagsire was the unbreakable wall in this matchup. Really good match. And that's the end of Week 3. So stay tuned for Week 4 coming up. Until then, I'm Noel from Sun and Friendly, and I'll see you then.